Hi, I'm Luke Trace, and we're at Mather Park here just before the finals between undefeated Northside and Lane Tech. The finals will be coming up in just a few minutes, and you're listening to SSA Broadcasts.
Hi, everybody. George Bliss here on SSA Broadcast. You're looking live at Mather Park. Out there warming up is the pitcher for Lane Tech, SELL, Cell. They're going to play the Northside Prep team. We're undefeated. I'm going to hand the mic over to our great guy here, Illinois Preps insider Luke Drays. Luke, take it away.
Thank you so much. We're really excited to be here today. It's a beautiful day out, late September, but mid-80s degree heat. A little warm, but it's a great day for softball, a great day for spectators, and it's just a great day for high school softball. Coach Johnny Ho from Northside's done a great job getting this tournament together, and it's been a huge success so far, and I'm sure we're in for a great game between Lane and Northside. So, without further ado, Northside will be batting first. If Northside wins this game, they win the tournament. If Lane wins, they will force a second game to play for it all. So here we go. Pitch for Sell is taken for a ball. We start with a 1-1 count here in the high school game. So 2-1 count to the Northside batter. That one looked just a bit outside. 3-1 count. And that is a 3-pitch walk for Northside. Great start for them. They get the leadoff man on board. Northside, I've been watching them all day, and they have really good team speed. So look for them to take the extra base all day. See if Sell has thrown 4 straight balls, looking to find the strike zone, but hasn't done so far. Deep again, another 3-1 count for Northside. We'll see if they take. I would assume that they will. Just got it in there for the first strike. Full count, 3-2. Man on first as we wait the delivery. Another ball. Northside draws a second walk. Right now they have a man on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. We have Benji coming up to bat. I've been told by Coach O that he's been being recruited for Division I baseball. So great baseball player as well as softball player. Ground ball to the second baseman. Just takes the easy out at first. 1 out, 1 man down. Northside has runners at second and third. 1 out. With their cleanup hitter, Ben, who's affectionately called Big Ben from on the Northside bench. So with the delivery, and a great line drive right up the middle for Ben. Northside scores 1, and the runner holds at third. So 1-0 Northside, 1 out, man on first and third. We now have the pitcher, Blake, up to bat for Northside. Blake pops it up just over the second baseman's head, caught by the center fielder. Tag up from third, safe. And a tag up from first, too. For great heads-up base running by Northside. It is now 2-0 Northside Prep. 2 outs with a man on second base. Northside will look to keep the hit parade rolling here. Grounder to the shortstop. Well taken by the shortstop. And is called out for 3 outs of the inning. So the score after the top of the first is 2-0 Northside with Lane coming up to bat. All right, we are back here. Northside is warming up, just tossing the ball around the infield. Pitcher is getting warmed up. Lane will be looking to cut into that 2-0 lead that Northside took in the first inning. We have umpire Zimmerman calling balls and strikes, and we have Maury on the first base calling him on the base pass. Maury's been around a long time. First pitch. In there for a strike. Great first pitch by Blake for Northside. Popped up just over the third baseman's head. The shortstop takes it, and that's 1 down for Lane. Leadoff hitter is out as Northside gets ready for the second batter. Number 2 from Lane Tech, Guy, coming up to bat for Northside. Lefty, so Northside is adjusting their infield and outfield accordingly. Takes first pitch ball a little deep there. It's a 2-1 count. A strike from Blake. 2-2 count. Remember, we start with a 1-1 count in high school softball. A line drive right through in between the first baseman and second baseman. Goes through the legs of the outfielder too, but it is corralled and it's just a single for Guy. Lane Tech, man on first with 1 out. Northside shifts their infield back to the left side with the righty coming up. The delivery is taken. Hit. Second delivery. Fly ball to right field. Misread by the right fielder, but it is called foul. Lucky break there for Northside. It looks like the right fielder lost it in the sun, but luckily it went foul. Could have been a big turning point for Lane in the momentum. And that is actually a strikeout for Lane, because if there's a foul ball on strike 2 in softball, and if you hit a foul, you are out. So that is a strikeout, 2 outs for Lane, man on first. 2-1 count as Blake throws the first pitch for a ball. Fly ball to left field. Left fielder camps under it, catches it easily. 3 outs. We are headed to the top of the second inning, and Northside still leads 2-0. We are back. It's the top of the second inning now. Northside back up to bat, up 2-0. Ground ball to the third baseman, taken, thrown, overthrow. That goes out of play, so Northside will take second base on that. Northside prep, leadoff man aboard second base, nobody out. Third baseman fielded it cleanly from Lane, but overthrew the first baseman, and when it goes out of play, they take an extra base. So once again, we have nobody out, man on second for Northside. And the first pitch is a ground ball to the pitcher. He will take the easy out to first base. And the runner advances to third. 1 out for Northside now, man on third base. As Lane looks to try to hold Northside without a run. Once again, for those of you who don't know, we start with a 1-1 count. And if there is a strike foul ball for strike 3, you are out of the game. 1-2 count now to the Northside batter. Sell pitch is short. 2-2 count. 1 out again. Man on third. We have a full count now for the Northside batter. Waits patiently in the box for the pitch. Swings, just sneaks over the short center's head for a base hit. Northside scores again, and they are up 3-0 now. Great start for Northside, up 3-0 on the top of the second. Just 1 out, man on first. As always, we have great camera work from George Bliss here. Great day out again. It's a 2-1 count again. Another line drive just over the short center's head, drops in front of the center fielder, throws it to third to hold the runner at second. First and second for Northside, 1 out, and they are back to the top of the order. We have, once again, Northside up 3-0, back up to the top of the order, only 1 out here in the top of the second. They're hitting the ball really well, hitting on the line, hitting on the ground, haven't popped up too much so far. And the Lane Tech pitcher starts again with a ball. We have a lefty batter. The infield is shifted. It's now a 3-1 count. Let's see if he can draw a walk like he did in the first inning. Swings on a 3-1 pitch. And he can't turn the double play. The second baseman throws it to the short center nicely, but they can't turn the play. Northside now has a man on first and third, 2 outs, with their number 2 hitter coming to the plate, who also drew a walk in the first inning. Runners will be moving as soon on contact. Another dink over the third baseman goes foul. Great idea trying to hit it to the opposite fields, but it didn't stand in first. First baseman. Second baseman. Oh. It's playing well for Lane. So we're waiting the pitch here. Pitcher takes a look over at the runner, not being held on. And the ball is deep, so it is a 2-2 count. Steps off the rubber. Ball deep in the right, but the right fielder has played perfectly. And 3 outs. Northside scores 1 to extend their lead to 3-0. Lane coming up to bat in the bottom of the second. And the Lane Tech team huddle, coach trying to get their kids fired up. They break the team huddle. Hopefully you get some runs here at the bottom of the second to try and cut into that Northside lead again. Northside is up 3-0. Bottom of the 2, still a lot of game left. A lot of things can happen in softball. Northside's taking the field, warming up with the ball. We have the big hitter right now for Lane. Let's see if he can put some power into the ball and get some extra base hits to get Lane started here in the second inning. Again, it's the bottom of the second inning. In case you don't know, yep, we have our big hitter here for Lane. We'll see if he can put something into the ball to send it out over the outfielders' heads. Ground ball, just past the short center. Well played. The short center was cheating towards first base, and he found the hole to lead off man aboard for Lane Tech. No outs. Great swing from the lefty. Found the hole. The infield was shifted, but he found the gap to be a first pickoff attempt back in time. No penalties for pickoff attempts in the high school game. You don't get a called ball if you throw over. A couple more things from thing. You can fake twice. It is not a balk if you see the pitcher fake the throw to first, just like that. Lane caught by the left fielder. 1 out, 1 man aboard. Monger flies out to left field for Lane, but they still have a man on first base with only 1 out. Getting towards the bottom Lane's order. Let's see if the bottom can lead the way for the top. Fly ball to center field, or left fielder, excuse me. Caught again comfortably. 2 outs now. Man still on first for Lane. Coach Hohenadel bringing in his outfielders a little bit for the bottom of the Lane Tech order. This is Lane's center fielder, very speedy player. Throw over to first, not in time. A pitcher loves to throw over to first base. We've seen it a lot all day. And a ground ball to the pitcher is run and comfortably thrown out the Lane runner, Norberg. So after 2 innings now, it is still 3-0 Northside Prep as we get ready for the top of the third. All right, we are back at the top of the third. The number 3 hitter up for Northside, Benji. Again, a Division I recruit for baseball. Puts it in, just foul, just past the first base line. Great idea. It's going to take a long run to get that ball back. We have the pitcher, Sell, awaiting the ball. Sell's been, after his first couple walks, he's settled into the game nicely. Hasn't started throwing strikes, and Northside's only gotten 1 run since the initial outbursts. And just so, of course, as soon as I say that, it's the announcer's jinx. Throws a ball for a 2-2 count. Sell lines it right back up the middle. Great piece of swinging. Great at bat for a big turn, but it'll just be a single. Great at bat by the lefty. Just came right back up the middle for number 3, Benji. Again, we said it a bunch, but he is a Division I baseball recruit. I know Coach Hohenadel was hoping he could go to the Ivy League. So smart kid and a great ball player. So we have Big Ben up. Start out with the ball. 2-1 count. Man on first. Nobody out for Northside. Great line drive, and it splits the gap between the center fielder and a left fielder. Benji takes third base easily, and Ben is on first base with a single. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast, but that team speed from Northside, really good at taking the extra base, and that's been shown just right now. So men on first and third, nobody out. We have the number 5 hitter for Northside, the pitcher Blake. The pitch from Sell. Sent the opposite way from Blake. I expect a tag up here. Benji tags, scores easily to make it 4-0 out. 4-0 Northside. Great piece of hitting. He did his job, the pitcher Blake, getting the fly ball and allowing Benji to tag up and score. 1 out now for Northside, man on first, 4-0. Great double play there for Lane. They get out of the inning. A great catch on this line drive by Monger, caught it from the second baseman, and they doubled off Ben at first base. So 4-0 Northside. Lane will be up to bat in the bottom of the third. All right, balls are called in by the umpire. We have the pitcher Sell up to bat, another lefty. A lot of lefties in this game for both Northside and Lane Tech. It's a great advantage in softball. If you're a lefty, you can just kind of dump it down the third baseline or first baseline. And if you're speedy, just beat it out. So been a lot of great softball players who have made the Hall of Fame just by that move alone. Blake fakes once, the pitch. Drills it in there for a strike. And that is actually a strikeout. He took the third strike looking. It's a pretty big sin in softball to take the third strike looking, but it's only high schoolers, plenty of time to grow.
That is the danger of the 1-1 count, which I hate, because you're kind of thinking, oh, wait a minute, I got one more pitch. No, you don't. You're out of there.
This time, Lane batter throws, goes first pitch swinging. It is bobbled by the shortstop. A little upset of himself for bobbling that, and it is now Lane Tech has a man on first with 1 out. Northside setting their field again. They're playing the heavy pull right now. Hits the plate for ball 1. 2-1 count. Another throw over from Blake, excuse me. Number 17, the pitcher from Northside, Blake. Comes right back with a strike, though, to even up the count at 2-2. 1 out for Lane, man on first. Down 4-0 here in the bottom of the third. Popped up. Northside will let that go for a strikeout. The second strikeout of the inning for Lane Tech. Don't see that very often in softball. A little bit more in the high school game where you have the third pitch foul out on a 1-1 count, but 2 down here for Lane in the bottom of the third, man on first. Deep there for the Northside pitcher Blake for the 2-1. Throws over yet again. Hasn't picked off anybody yet today, but he's keeping runners honest, keeping them close to the bag. Reminder, there's no penalty for throwing over to first. I believe this is the first 3-1 counts Northside has had all day. And he just lays it in there. The Lane Tech batter was never going to swing, and it's a full count, 2 outs. Runner will be moving on the pitch. Popped it up. Shortstop calls off his left fielder and catches it for the 3rd out of the inning. Top of the 4th we go. It is 4-0 Northside Prep. And we are back, headed to the top of the 4th inning. We're just finishing the warm-ups here for the Lane Tech fielders. And Sell will look to get the first pitch strike to kind of turn the tides of what has been a walk problem early in the game. Just a reminder, we're here with SSA broadcast in the top of the 4th inning. Ground ball. Stop with the foot of the third baseman. Throws it, but the runner beats it out. That was a very crafty play from the third baseman. He wasn't able to bend down and pick it up, but he stopped it with his foot just like a soccer player was. Picked it up quickly and almost had the runner out in first, but too quick. Northside team speed doing it again.
That looks like the great Dave Rule out there, who's a Hall of Fame infielder. He used to do that a lot and get away with it.
No outs for Northside here in the top of the 4th. Leadoff man aboard. Hit the plate. Believe there's a 3-1 count now for the Northside batter. So really just needs to throw strikes here and trust his fielders. Had a little bit of walk problem so far today. And that is lined into center, and it drops in. First 2 men aboard again for Northside. And again, the man takes the extra base. Great base running by Northside. As we see a little dance move from the Northside batsman. 1st and 3rd for Northside, nobody out after a great 1st to 3rd run on a pretty much a straight shot to the center fielder. High ground ball to second. gets the one at second, but the man scores from third base. The batter from Northside did his job. It is 5-0 Northside now. A slow ground ball in the infield. They were never going to get the man at home. Just took the easy force out at second. One down, man at first, 5-0 Northside at the top of the fourth. Takes the pitch. Look deep and outside from here. 2-1 count. Popped it up. Second baseman calling everybody out. Handles it easily. 2 outs now in the inning. That is the first real bad at bat we've seen from Northside all game. They've been hitting the ball down and hard, which is what you're supposed to do in softball. But that one, he got under it a little bit, and it was an easy fly out to the second baseman. And we are back to the top of the order now for Northside. Drilled down the right field line. Just inside, we have him trying to take the extra base. The relay is going to be not in time. Drilled right down the right field line for the Northside leadoff man. That's what lefties do. Lefties with speed are killer in 16-inch softball. So now we have men on second and third, 2 outs, with the number 2 hitter for Northside looking to add to their lead. Another lefty pops it up, just out of play, out of the reach of all the fielders over there. 1-2 count here once we get the ball back in play. Northside has a 5-0 lead once again, and will be looking to add to that here at the top of the 4th inning. Remember, this is the first of our championship games. After the pitch, I'll explain. Line drive to the second baseman, fumbles it. That's the first mistake he's made all game. Northside scores again to take a 6-0 lead. Speed kills. Unfortunate play for Monger there. It looks like it took a bad hop. It's a really dusty infield, so it can be tough to see the ball and take some weird hops. It looked like just an unfortunate hop. Got real high on him, but nevertheless, it's a 6-0 lead and another drive down the left field line. Just foul. Man, I tell you what, if that was fair, that might have been a home run for Benji, but they'll bring the runner back to first. 6-0 for Northside. It's a great hat, by the way, for Benji there. Real sunny, real warm out here today, but he came prepared with the fishing hat. 1-2 count, another foul out, and he will have a strikeout. But drills it right into center field again, just like last at bat. Northside goes first to third again on a single. Remember, only 60-foot bases, so it's not that difficult to go first to third, especially with the young kids. They can still move a little bit in comparison to the older guys with back issues and knee problems. But first and third, 2 outs for Northside. Popped up the cleanup hitter, Ben. Oh, misread by the left fielder, but he makes up for it and catches it. 3 outs for Northside. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Northside leading Lane Tech 6-0. Thank you so much again for joining us on SSA Broadcast. We are here in the High School Heroes Tournament Final League. This is the finals between Northside and Lane Tech. Northside has a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Once again, if Northside wins this game, they win the championship. If Lane Tech comes back to beat Northside, we will have another game to decide it. Guy drills it right to the first baseman, drops it, and the throw is bobbled. It's a really hard hit ball, hard to fault the first baseman there from Northside. Came right at him, and that is a leadoff man aboard for Lane. Let's see if they can get something going here. We're at the top of the order now for Lane. Grounds the ball to first base, taken easily by the first baseman, who shuffles it off to Blake. So that is Ben to Blake for 1 out. Man on second for Lane Tech. Good idea trying to go to the right side of the infield, but unfortunately, he got his man over, but Xylus got out in the process. Another high chopper taken by the shortstop. Fired to first base. Play at the plate. Safe. Almost a double play. Great throw by the shortstop. Ben, you can see his arm strength there and why he's being recruited. That is 2 outs, and Lane scores their first run of the game for a heads-up base running. 6-1 now. Lane Tech still trails Northside. 2 outs, nobody on base. Once again, we have the big hitter up for Lane Tech. Looks like he can throw his arms at it, use his legs, and power it over the outfielder's head. Instead, he grounds out to the short center, calmly throws out to first, and that is 3 outs. So Lane gets on the board here at 6-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th, and Northside once again leaves 6-1. We are back here, the top of the 5th inning. Blake takes first pitch for a ball. Northside just past the middle order of their lineup here. 5th batsman Blake takes another ball for a 3-1 count. 6-1 Northside, top of the 5th. And takes a 3-pitch walk. Any way you can get aboard is the best way to get on. So Blake takes the walk. And we are here in the top of the 6th inning. Top of the 5th, excuse me. Hard ground ball past the diving short center. It looked like he was trying to hold the bag there instead of just picking up the ball and going back and trying to turn the double play. Instead of getting the one for sure out, no outs, and Northside has the first and second guy on the board again. First and second, nobody out. It's one of those plays where you really just got to take the for sure out and not try to turn two. Now Lane Tech is in another hole again with nobody out, men in first and second. Line drive, again, right in between the gap of the short center and the shortstop. Northside just hitting the ball really, 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 really well now, finding the gaps. They look almost professional right now, like a men's leagues team. They're not trying to overpower the ball. They haven't tried to hit the ball over the outfielder's head. They've just found the gaps that they've been given and just hit the ball all game, and now bases loaded, 0 outs. Another ground ball. Through the second baseman's name, Monger, unfortunately again with another error. Northside scores 2 there. It's 8-1 Northside, men on first and third. Coach Hohenadel talking to the home plate umpire. I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
Possible interference call there.
Possible interference, but it's looking like they're trying to...
Of course, the umpire is part of the field, so that there would not be an interference there.
No. They are calling it an interference play.
Really?
So Northside, it looks like Northside only scores 1 on the play. Still not sure what's going on here. A little discussion between Coach Hohenadel and the umpire right now. Still trying to figure out what's going on. Right now, it looks as though the leadoff guy, Blake, is on third base. A little bit of arguing going on here. Hopefully it'll be figured out soon so we can get right back to it. So I believe the call will be there's 1 out on Northside. Bases are still loaded. No runs scored. So I can't hear a score, but I believe it is 6-1 now Northside. 1 out, bases still loaded. Lucky break there for Lane. And a ball is taken by Northside. If it walks now, it will walk in a run. Strike though, Sal comes back with a nice pitch, 2-2 count. Flat pitch called, full count, 1 out, bases are loaded. And we are awaiting the payoff pitch here. Pops it up, infield fly called, and now it's 2 outs to Northside, bases are still loaded. I believe the score is still 6-1. I will go check that in between the innings. But right now, as I understand it, there's an interference called on Northside, a runner's interference. And it's 6-1 now, bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch is deep, 2-1 count. And another pitch is deep, 3-1 count. I expect him to lay off here. 3-1 count, bases loaded, 2 outs. Did take it, and it was in there for a strike. Runners will be moving on delivery. As soon as the ball is released from Sel's hands, the runners will be taken off. And he picks him off. He fakes the throw. The north side runner takes off from second base a little too aggressively, and he picks him off from second base. A little over-aggressive base running from north side, going into the bottom of the fifth, still 6-1. We are back now in the bottom of the fifth inning. We did get a confirmation. The umpire said that it hit the runner, so the runner was out. It is still 6-1 north side after a lucky break, it looked like, for Lane Tech, and let's see if they can take advantage. First pitch is a ball. 2-1 count. Let's see if Monger can make up for his errors in the field here with the nice base knock for Lane. And he does draw a walk, the first walk of the game conceded by Northside. I'm Luke Trace once again, from Illinois Preps Insider, and we are here at the final for the High School Heroes Tournament. Once again, I'm Luke Trace. I'm here with George Bliss on the camera for SSA Broadcasts. Another throw to first by Blake. And another ball thrown. So it is 4 straight balls now thrown by the north side pitcher. And he comes right back with a strike. Good comeback from the pitcher. 2-2 count, man on first, nobody out for Lane Tech. Throws a second, throws a first, and he is out. An emphatic double play call by Maury. A great heads-up play by the pitcher, Blake. Took the ball calmly, threw her out to the short center, made sure he got the out, got a great throw, and they turned 2. So Northside has turned 2 outs now for Lane Tech, nobody on base. Once again, we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Northside is up 6-1. Blake starts off with a strike, 1-2 count now. Another ground ball, this time to the second baseman. Easy does it to the first baseman. A quick inning for Northside. Not quite a 1-2-3 inning, but the double play kind of made it that. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. Northside Prep up 6-1 over Lane Tech. We are back here at Mather Park watching 16-inch softball. Chicago's game. Very unique to Chicago. I know a lot of Chicagoans love it. Between a high school game, actually, between Lane Tech and Northside Prep. The Northside batter is up again after his fellow teammate was picked off at second, so he gets another chance at bat. 31 count here. Pops it up, and that will be a foul ball. Full count now. Excuse me, the first pitch was a strike, so that is a strikeout. Once again, if you foul the ball where there's 2 strikes on you, you are out. The leadoff hitter from Northside, he's had a great day so far. Solid hits up the middle, uses speed to hit one down the line. Let's see if you can add to his stats for the day. 2-2 count after the strike by Sell. Settled it nicely after that first inning. That one is well high and well deep. We are playing 6-12 limit, so if the ball is under 6 feet, it'll be called flat by the umpire. If it's over 12, it will be called illegal. That time he gets under it, pops it up. Trouble for the third baseman, but does manage to corral it for the second out of the inning. Top of the 6th inning now. Northside once again leads 6-1.
One of the great rules was years ago when there was 2 strikes, people were hitting foul balls on purpose till they got a good pitch, and they said after that you're out. So that changed the game way back decades ago. That's why with the 1-2 count you got to swing at the game. They want aggressive play. They want action.
And that's a great rule because once you're up, and we'll come back to that. Another base hit. Almost had a little accident there, but we're all good here. 2-out knock from Northside. As Benji comes up, the number 3 hitter, who's had another game. His last 2 hits have been right down the middle of the field. And it looks like they're giving it to him again, so let's see if you can find it again. Takes ball 1, a big secondary lead from Northside. That got him in trouble last inning. But the first baseman is playing well off. 3-1 count now. If there's one guy to have a green light with a 3-1 count, I would assume it is him. But he does take it for a strike and his full count. 2 outs, runner will be moving. Fake throw over. No one there. A little fun between the pitcher and the Northside runner. Another hit right up the middle, but this time is caught by the short center. Great play going to his left. Calmly took it. No damage done for Lane Tech. 3 outs. Unfortunately, he's the one player who doesn't have a name on his back of his jersey. But it is 6-1 Northside going into the bottom of the 6th. All right, we are back now between Northside and Lane Tech. For those of you tuning in on the internet, we'll get back to that. It is a base knock for the pitcher, Sell. Drops right in front of the right fielder from Northside. Once again, we were playing 16-inch no-glove softball. Important to note, we're in Chicago. We're not playing with the glove. Can't play with the glove in Chicago. You get probably made fun of on the diamonds. Otherwhere you play with the glove, but this game is really unique to Chicago. Leadoff man aboard for Lane. Let's see if they can get a rally going in the bottom of the 6th. Deep is the call on the pitch. 2-1 count. Comes back with a strike. For the most part, if Blake has thrown a leadoff ball, he came back with a strike right away. Ball 3, full count. 1 man aboard. And he took it for a strikeout. A really quiet strikeout call. I thought it was a walk, but a second-looking strikeout again for Lane Tech. That's 2 on the day. I'm sure Coach Nunez is not happy about that. Another strike pitch by Blake. He's getting ahead of counts, and he's striking batters out. 1-2 count with 1 out. Line drive to the shortstop. Throws back to first base. Doubles him off again. Another double play from Northside. The runner did not let the liner go through the infield, and he pays for it. Northside leads 6-1 going to the top of 7. We are here in the final frame, the top of the 7th. We only play 7 innings here in softball. So a quick recap so far. Northside got up to a quick 5-1 lead. 5-0 lead, actually. And Lane finally got their first run aboard, but Northside got another insurance run late. And as all that's happening, Northside again with the leadoff man aboard. Northside has done a tremendous job of getting the leadoff man aboard. That was their cleanup hitter, Ben, number 8. And Blake takes a pitch for a ball. The pitcher for Northside seems to have a good grasp of the strike zone, being a pitcher himself. He's already walked once today. By that time, it has popped up to the shortstop. He actually the shortstop could have dropped that and maybe doubled off Blake. Blake wasn't running down the line, but no call. And it is 1 out for Northside, 1 man on. Strike for Sell. He finally gets ahead in the count, 1-2. Only a Northsider will be wearing a Harvard shirt during a 16-inch softball game. Real smart kids. And that is a fly out to left field and is caught, center field, excuse me. It's caught by the center fielder. My view was obscured there for a second. But 2 outs now. Man still on first for Northside. And we have the speedster now coming up to bat. Danny is his name. Takes, brush off the plate a little bit. Well inside. 2-1 count. Golf swings that and flies out to the center fielder. So 3 outs. Lane Tech has 1 more chance to bat, down 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. All right, we are back. The bottom of the 7th inning. Last at bat for Lane Tech, down 6-1. Big deficit, but 16-inch softball is a crazy game. Anything can happen. Runs can start flying on the board for Lane Tech. That's not going to do it, though. A ground ball to the third baseman, and it's offline, but the first baseman with a great heads-up play to tag out the runner. 1 down, just 2 more outs for Northside to win the championship. Just a reminder of how we got here. Northside took an early 5-0 lead after some early walks from Sell that came around to score. Lane got 1 back in the middle innings, but Northside regained their 5-run lead. And here we are in the bottom of the 7th, 6-1 Northside as Guy takes ball 2. Drilled again to the first baseman, dropped it last time, but grabs it this time. Great way to make up for his last drop against Guy. And we are down to Lane Tech's final out of the game. Northside 1 out away from winning the first ever High School Heroes softball tournament. Ground ball to the third baseman, picked nicely, throws the first easily, and Northside wins the championship with a 6-1 win against Lane Tech. Great job from the Northside Prep Mustangs as we go here for the handshakes, and we will have a couple interviews with the coaches after the handshakes. So congratulations to the Northside Prep team with a pretty convincing 6-1 victory over Lane Tech. Hopefully we'll get some interviews here in a second, as well as some video. Great game by both teams, great tournament by both teams, making it this far. But Northside, the host of the tournament, takes the win. It's all right. We will talk to Coach Nunez in a second as soon as they take a picture by home plate. We'll try to grab him after this. So just hang tight if you're with us, still with us. We appreciate you watching the broadcast of the game. We have Coach Hohenadel over there to the right. And we are Lane Tech picture, taking a picture for the second place, clinching second place. They lost to Northside early in the day in the semifinals and lost again in the finals. Northside went undefeated on the day, never losing a game. We'll see if we can get Coach Nunez here. Coach, do you mind answering a few questions?
Give me a minute.
Yeah, no worries. We will wait as Northside takes their picture as the champions of this tournament. I need a picture.
So George Bliss here. I want to thank our great young broadcaster, Austin, and we're going to be here with the Coach Nunez here in a few seconds. This is the Northside Prep team. They won it all. They won going away. Great tournament out here at Mather Park 2017. And Mather Park, for all you folks watching on the internet, is on the north side of Chicago. We're not too far from downtown, beautiful downtown Chicago. This is Chicago's game. George Bliss on SSA broadcast. And Luke is here, my co-broadcaster, doing a fabulous job. All the people taking pictures, and it's great. So we're going to try to get some post-game interviews. We thank them for letting us come out today and view and video this game at Mather Park. Just for you, map people, you MapQuest people, California Avenue and Peterson on the north side of Chicago. And for all you people from out of town, come on in and see us and watch 16-inch softball. Let's give the mic now back to Luke.
Still going to interview the coaches. We got Coach Nunez talking to his team, Coach Ho talking to his team. We'll see if we can grab one of these here in just a second. So once again, it's a reminder, Northside went undefeated in the tournament to defeat Lane Tech twice, once in the semis, again into the finals, with a 6-1 convincing victory. Lane Tech just couldn't get much going offensively, and early walks came back to hurt them. We'll be back right after this. All right, we are here with the championship coach, Coach John Hohenadel, my old coach at Northside. First of all, congrats on the win. How's it feel for you? How's it feel for your guys?
It's good, man. These guys, they got pretty jacked up about it. It was good to see all the enthusiasm. I think it's just a preview of things that come, though, in a couple weeks when we get the city tournament.
It was a great win, but more importantly, it really showcased the 16-inch softball in the high school game. What did you intend setting up this tournament, and how the turnout for you ended up?
So, obviously, softball means a lot to me. I used to slide on this diamond when I was 2 years old, watching my old man play. Now I play out here Mondays and Thursdays, and I don't want to see the game die. A lot of people say that this game is dying, and this is a way just to show people that it isn't, right? This is only a start of something. We had 7 CPS teams out here, and all of them showed up on time. That was huge, all right? And everyone had a good day, a lot of fun. And it's just a sign of the future of the game, I think, that these guys all loved it. They all enjoy playing it, and I think it's just in the future it'll continue to grow.
And this, as you said, it's kind of the first year of starting this tournament back up again. What do you see in the next couple of years, immediate future and maybe long-term future?
So next year, obviously, I hope I get a couple more CPS teams, maybe offer some invitations to private schools and maybe even suburban schools. But, I mean, immediate future, just as long as we have this that continues next year, as long as it's the same way it is. If not, it grows a little bit. Hopefully next year we have a little more time to plan. This year we kind of threw it together in about 8-9 days. So a little more time to plan. We'll have maybe some trophies, T-shirts, food, that kind of stuff. So, but it was, it was a good start for the first year, and hopefully it just grows from here.
Great, Coach. Thank you so much, and once again, congrats on the win.
Before I take off, just want to thank the SSA and guys like George and Gio. Man, those guys are great. All the other coaches that came out today, that we couldn't have done without these guys, and I love having the players out here. So, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next year.
Once again, I'm Luke Trace for SSA Broadcast. We are here with an Illinois Preps Insider. That was Coach John Honato with the championship Northside Mustangs, who defeated Lane Tech 6-1 in the finals. Thank you so much for watching.